Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review to episode 235. This is reviewing episode number 1010 of the anime, which it is called Eliminate the Ice Oni, Chopper's Fire Trick. Well, yeah, that's the name of the episode. And the 1040th chapter of the manga. Yeah. Now, this one does finish up adapting chapter 996, adapting the last 7 pages of that chapter, and adapting 4 pages from chapter 997, pages 7 through 10, which they basically just took these pages and interspliced them with this episode. Yes, not really sure why they did this for, but they did. We start off on an interesting note. This is where we pick up from page 11. I think it's page 11, wasn't it? Let me take a look here just to be sure about this because of course we start with Trafalgar Law. We have a lot of flashbacks to mostly a lot of Dressrosa. Yeah, we started basically adapted from page 11. Yeah, basically the opening 2 minutes of the episode is basically from this bit. Yes, and it takes up pretty much in the way the first 2 pages that are adapted for this episode, pages 11 and 12, are basically adapted for the first 2 minutes of the episode. Plus, they threw in a ton of stock footage. Yes, tons. Excuse me. Mostly a lot of flashbacks from the Dressrosa arc. They threw in here. Little snippets here and there. Yeah, they basically reused what they used before for this scene. And we have a flashback of Law talking to Robin about the fact that his true name is Trafalgar Water D. Law. And the fact he told him because he told her because he trusts her. And him seeing also a poneglyph. And that's the scene. First 2 pages. 2 minutes of the episode. Yes. And that's it for Trafalgar Law, the whole episode. We do briefly see Big Mom in the episode, where she just flies on by. In the case of what takes the majority of this episode, there's a couple things here that takes the majority of this episode. One, of course, is Kaido versus the 8 Samurai, where they continue fighting them. And what happens in that fight kind of in a way kind of spills a little bit into the ground floor, brawling. I'll get to that. So they fight him for quite a while in this episode, and then of course basically they basically have Kinemon trying to do his own stabbing. Of course they am stabbing him multiple times in the episode, and for some reason he didn't shoot any blood, despite the fact they did stab in the freaking gut. And somehow that doesn't phase him much, despite the fact he got stabbed by tiny. For me, he probably got stabbed by tiny picks, possibly. Then he ends up smashing a lot of the samurai. And then this is something I thought was quite interesting about this. This kind of spills into the ground floor brawling. Of course, before it gets to that point, before it gets to one thing that spills into that, where you have Chopper where he's near fire. Basically have Brook warm up because that slows on the virus, and he figures out a way to do that. And then that leads into what Zoro sees. He sees something from falling from the ceiling, basically from the 5th floor, and what he sees is Kaku's arm, as in the very same arm that that Kaido chopped off about 10, 20 episodes back. He chopped it off and was still up there, and somehow that fell through the ceiling. Of course, Kinemon thought this was Kaku, but it wasn't. And somehow this gave Zoro inspiration to go after Akapu, where he proceeds to slice a bunch of Ice Oni, slice Akapu, grab the antidote, the antibody, and of course extra to stop him. He gives the antibody to Chopper, and then Zoro's like, I'm through this fall. I'm going up to probably take on Queen. And in the case of Chopper, he started developing the cure for that. And then we cut to Luffy. Yes, where him, Sanji, and Jinbei are still battling the way, and they just reached the 3rd floor, where all of a sudden we hear Sanji hearing a woman's voice, where it's like, oh, some guy is basically stripping her of her clothing, And that leads to the events of the very next episode. Yep. I gotta say, pretty interesting episode. I think that I know that some of the stuff we see here for the flashback stuff that was shown before, both in the anime and the manga, but man, they show like a little too much here. Yeah, they pretty much stretched out. What essentially put is 2 pages for like 2 or 3 minutes. The anime they stretch this out. Yeah. All right, moving on to news chapter of the manga, we called "Wasted Words on Young Ears," where we have the cover story Gemma 6, an emotionless incursion, Volume 4, Creature Beyond the Power of Science, where the brothers, who apparently have been defeated by Big Mom off screen, are pinned to a very similar book that Luffy and Nami were pinned to during the Whole Cake arc. Yeah, and for some reason, they nailed them, instead from their arms, like they did with Nami and Luffy, they pretty much nailed them right to their frickin' chest. Why the heck this was, and apparently these guys feel no emotion. Chapter starts out basically Captain Kid basically pulverizing Big Mom, where pretty much this is a brawl that pretty much takes up pretty much a majority of this chapter. They just pile, fire. Of course, you have Law taking her on too. And of course, using Big Mom calling her damn punk. And somehow, some way, when Captain Kid's beam just basically, and of course, Law's room basically blasts through several floors, including the very bottom of the castle, bottom of the island, where Yamato sees, like, Big Mom, why does she make all this noise? And of course, where Yamato takes up a piece of the floor, basically to block herself, and Big Mom is knocked out. Or apparently she's hit like through the bottom. Yeah, she goes right through the bottom of the island. Goes straight to a hole. And yeah, hits the ground right near the flower capital. And it's declared here that Big Mom has been defeated. She's done. Big Mom is done for the arc. Captain Kidd basically is finished. Law basically is wounded too. And you also have Captain Kidd's crew and Law's crew saying to Big Mom, "Boss, Captain." Everyone's all celebrating. And in Momo contacts Yamato. You're open to the air. That's why I think I'm going to blew to the bottom of the island. I encase him in ice to avoid the armory exploding all at once. Okay, so I cannot leave my current task over. So here I have to say, Denisha is very close by. What? The elephant from Oda's journal? Indeed, a companion of Joy Boy who committed the crime 800 years ago. Wow. Are they saying that Zoo Island is nearby? Okay, that's a bit something because Zoo Island is actually far away from Wano. Yeah, and I gotta admit, this was a damn good chapter. Also, with Big Mom definitely being defeated, you were thinking, okay, who's left? Top pirates, they've all been defeated. The King, Queen, and Jack, all defeated. Excuse me. With Big Mom defeated along with Pespero, who else is left? Kaido. Kaido's the last one left. So, we might be seeing the end of this arc really soon. I'd say, at this point with Big Mom being defeated, I'd probably say, based on the way this pacing goes, I'd say we got a good 20 chapters before this arc officially finally ends. And by the way, this arc is going on for 2 years. I think it stretches the 3rd year. Yep. Oh. I mean, let's see. This started back in 2018, so this arc has officially been going on now for 4 years. 4 years this arc is going on for. And this is going on since chapter 909. The anime has been going on for 3 years. But the manga, this has been going on for almost 4 years. Yes, as of right now, let's see, 909. Yeah, it's been almost 4 years since this arc's on the manga. And we're not done yet. And as of this very chapter, I mean, it's already the longest running arc of the entire series. I mean, right now, let's see, how many chapters let's see this is. Let's see, 100, 131. Basically, as of right now, we have 132 chapters overall that have been released for this entire series. 132. Oh yeah, it's Zoo Island. That's interesting. So, Zoe was partly nearby? That's interesting. Yeah, this is just really good. Yep. I give this chapter a 10 out of 10. Just that damn good. And my guess is, after we're going right now, we're probably going to wrap this up either by chapter 1050 or 1060. Who knows? This is by far a really lengthy arc. Lots of happening in this arc. We're already in the 4th act of this arc. And you're thinking, really? Yeah, we're on Act 4. Actually, it's more like the 3rd act. Yep. Yeah, we're on the 3rd act of the series. And I personally can't wait for the end of the arc at this point. I mean, do I think we're going to basically see next chapter Luffy's continuation Luffy's fight with Kaido? It's possible with Big Mom being defeated. That's all that's left, just beating Kaido and stopping the island from dropping. That's literally all that's left to go for fighting in this arc. Yep. So we could see this arc wrap up pretty soon. Because I heard rumblings about a couple weeks ago. We're getting close to the climax. I don't think it's very close yet, but we're getting close. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for this particular review. Stay tuned for next week, which is going to be the newest episode of Boruto. Okay, next video.